You keep trying to improve your life, even after reading books, watch videos, and setting goals. But somehow, you still feel stuck in the same place. What if growth isn't about doing more, but about understanding how your mind secretly resists change? In this video, I'll share 6 powerful psychological truths backed by science that quietly control your growth, and how to finally use them in your favor. I discovered this when I noticed something strange. People with less talent were growing faster than people with more potential. Research in behavioral psychology shows that growth is less about motivation and more about mental wiring. The problem is, you're probably fighting your brain instead of working with it. And willpower alone doesn't win that battle. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make growth feel natural instead of exhausting. Let's dive in. First, your brain hates uncertainty. Most people don't know this, but your brain treats change like a threat. Even when that change is good for you, your mind prefers the familiar over the beneficial. Even bad habits feel safe because they're predictable. That's why starting a new routine feels uncomfortable, awkward, and mentally heavy, like walking in the dark. Neuroscience shows the amygdala reacts to uncertainty like danger. This happens because your brain's main job is survival, not success. Predictability means safety. That's why you procrastinate. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain is trying to protect you. Cultures that focus on steady improvement use tiny steps for a reason. Small change doesn't trigger this internal alarm as strongly. So how do you use this? Shrink the change until it feels almost too easy. Tell yourself, I'm just trying, instead of I must succeed. Attach the new habit to something familiar, like doing push-ups after brushing your teeth. Avoid huge dramatic plans. Instead of I'll work out an hour daily, try 5 minutes after lunch. Your brain accepts gradual upgrades. Second, identity drives behavior. This one is crucial. You don't rise to your goals. You fall back to your identity. If you see yourself as bad at discipline or not confident, your actions will match that story. Your identity is like an operating system running quietly in the background. Psychology studies show your brain wants consistency between what you believe and what you do. This is because mental conflict feels uncomfortable. So if you believe I'm not a reader, you'll avoid reading to stay consistent with that identity. Growth really starts when identity shifts first. Stop saying I'm trying to be disciplined. Say, I'm becoming someone who shows up. Collect tiny proof. 1 completed task counts. Speak identity-based language daily. Avoid labeling yourself negatively, even as a joke. Instead of I'm terrible at mornings, say I'm learning to manage mornings better. Small identity edits create massive behavior shifts over time. Now you might be thinking, but I still lose motivation. That leads to the third truth. Motivation comes after action, not before. Here's the twist. Motivation is not the cause of action, it's the result. You think you need to feel ready before starting, but action creates momentum. And momentum creates motivation. Waiting to feel like it is the trap. Research on behavioral activation shows that movement reduces mental resistance. This works because your brain rewards progress with dopamine. Action signals progress, even if the step is small. That's why you often feel better after starting something you were avoiding. Use the 2-minute rule. Start ridiculously small. Focus only on beginning, not finishing. Say just 1 step. Avoid over-planning before action. Instead of researching workouts for 30 minutes, do 10 push-ups immediately. Starting is the win. Finishing becomes easier once momentum kicks in. But growth isn't just about starting. It's about staying consistent. And that depends on something most people ignore. Your environment beats willpower. Most people rely on discipline. Smart people design their surroundings. Your environment quietly shapes your decisions all day long. If distractions are close, focus drops. If tools are visible, action increases. Studies in behavioral economics show humans choose the easiest available option. Your brain is built to conserve energy. Friction stops behavior. Convenience drives it. Remove bad cues. Hide junk food. Delete time-wasting apps. Make good habits visible. Keep a book on your desk. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Reduce the number of steps between you and the action you want to take. Don't rely on I'll resist. Instead, make the right choice the default choice. When the environment changes, behavior follows naturally. There's something deeper that silently kills growth, and it's called loss aversion. You fear loss more than you love gain. There's a scientific reason you stay stuck, and it's fascinating. Loss aversion means losing feels worse than gaining feels good. Growth requires losing comfort, your old identity, and certainty. Behavioral psychology shows losses hit about twice as hard emotionally as wins. This made sense for survival. Avoiding danger mattered more than chasing rewards, but in modern life, this wiring keeps you stuck in familiar situations. So reframe growth as avoiding future regret. Picture the cost of staying the same. Ask yourself, what will this cost me in 5 years? Don't only focus on benefits, focus on consequences too. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, say, I don't want to feel weak and low energy for the next decade. Sometimes avoiding pain is more powerful than chasing pleasure. You've already come this far, so here's the final piece most people never learn. Progress feels like failure. Growth feels messy, slow, and uncomfortable, which is exactly why people quit right before breakthroughs. Early progress feels like incompetence. You notice your mistakes more. Not because you're worse, but because your awareness is improving. Learning science calls this the phase of conscious incompetence. This happens because skill building exposes gaps before visible improvement shows up. Expect awkwardness. Track effort, not just results. Celebrate consistency. Avoid quitting during the messy middle. That uncomfortable stage isn't proof you're failing. It's proof you're growing. Think of it like digging for treasure. Most people stop right before they hit something valuable because the dirt looks the same as before. So let's quickly bring this together. Your brain resists uncertainty. Your identity shapes your actions. Action creates motivation. Your environment matters more than willpower. Loss aversion keeps you stuck. And progress feels uncomfortable before it feels rewarding. Growth isn't about pushing harder all the time. It's about understanding how your psychology works and using it instead of fighting it. You already have everything you need to change. The only difference between who you are now and who you want to be is small, repeated action in the right direction. Don't wait until regret hits harder than effort. Start with just one tiny step today. Even 2 minutes counts. I promise, a few months from now, you'll look back and thank yourself for starting when it felt small and imperfect instead of waiting for perfect conditions. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more self-growth psychology, and drop a comment telling me which point hit you the hardest. And if you want to learn how to stay consistent daily, check out the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.